Hi, it's Rob from robnonphoto.com and the SCL Subject Composition and Light Photography Podcast with a quick look at Lee Frost's Personal Views, the Art of Colour Landscape Photography. Picked this book up at a charity shop a few weeks ago, and I have to say it is one of the best books on landscape photography I've read. Very, very good indeed. The reason for that is that Lee Frost is a great photographer. So there's loads of really, really nice photographs in here, and the print quality is fantastic as well. One of the best quality photo books I've seen in a long, long time. But what's great about it, even though it's a how-to book, and sometimes I say, we shouldn't always buy how-to books. You're better off just buying books with collections of photographs from particular photographers. What's great about this one is that it starts off with like a collection of some of his most famous images. For example, this one of Ashness Bridge, which is that picture there. And then what he does is he explains about where it is, what time he went to shoot, what camera and what lenses he was using, how he worked out the exposure, and all sorts of things that went on while he was trying to take the image, and maybe even some alternative views that he took at the same time as well, and they really good. Now there is sort of one thing about this book is that it's all based around film photography, but don't let that stop you buying it, because it's interesting to read about the old film photography techniques, because we can still use film now, and it's interesting to learn about medium format, large format and 35mm format cameras and all the filters and stuff like that. But if you put the film stuff to the side, even if you weren't interested in that, all his advice on how he's been taking these photographs is excellent, and purely just sort of looking at the images themselves will help anybody who's interested in landscape photography and colour landscape photography sort of build up that subconscious library of all these images that we have in our heads, so that when we approach a scene, we then have a different, we have an idea of how we might want to approach it. So you have, like at the intro, you have sort of all these pictures where he's kind of giving you the menu, if you like, the ingredients of how he came up with it. But it goes on from there as well. There's a section on choosing equipment, which is just about film stuff, and there's about film choice. Now, even though I shoot very little film indeed, it was interesting reading about all the difference in different types of films. And then all this other stuff, it really applies to digit as well. So we have understanding exposure, and Lee explains about how you can use various light meters, or how you can allow for discrepancies in your camera's internal light meter. He goes on to explain about depth of field using filters, to composition, the light and weather, seasonal changes, scenic variations as well. And every single section is full of great text and prose, and lots of really, really, really nice, beautiful colour landscape photos. So there we go. Highly recommended. Lee Frost, Personal Views, the Art of Colour Landscape Photography. My name's Rob from robnonphoto.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you